Tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by Lake Vermilion Tourism. Ice fishing, snowmobiling, and family fun is an easy drive from the Twin Cities at Lake Vermilion.
The defending champion Providence Academy Lions come into the Class AA final riding a 28-game win streak. They will have their hands full. The 3-seed Albany, they come in 31-1. They have won 25 straight games. They will battle for the Class 2A championship here on 45 TV. Chris Long back here at Williams Arena along with Marissa Cade. Albany had the best semifinal we saw in any class. A tight win over Goodhue, 48-45, and they won it thanks to pretty much every single player they had on the floor the whole game long.
It was a great team effort, and sometimes those tight wins propel you and your energy into today's game. Other times, they fatigue you. They played at 8 o'clock last night. So these first couple minutes of the game are crucial for Albany.
Providence Academy, led by one of the best freshmen we have seen in a long time. I could probably say ever. Madden Greenway averages 31 points a game. She's a special player on a fantastic team.
She is. She's an energizer bunny, both on offense and defense. She's really tough to stop. I do think the key to today's game is senior post Grace Counts. She does all of the little things for this team, both offensively and defensively.
If you're just tuning in, you see the dog pile here. We've crowned one champion, Mountain Iron Brule in single A. We'll crown a second in double A next on 45. Marissa, what are we going to see here?
I think it's all about the pace and the tempo. From the second that ball gets tipped, you know that Madden Greenway is going to want to push the tempo. So it's going to be interesting to see. Albany needs to kind of weather that first initial storm.
The Albany Huskies, the Providence Academy Lions, one of them will be double-A champions. Before we send it to Dave Lee and Leah B. Olson for the call, here's Dave Giles to introduce the teams.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Williams Arena to the 2023 Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament into Championship Saturday. This is the Class 2A State Championship game, and it features the Section 5 champion with a record of 29-2, the Lions from Providence Academy, and the Section 6 champion with a record of 30-1, the Huskies from Albany High School. Now, let's meet the starting lineups for this state championship game. First, the starting lineup for the visiting team, the Providence Academy Lions. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 3, Brooke Honecker. At guard, a 5'9" 8th grader, number 4, Emma Millerburn. At forward, a 6'2" sophomore, number 24, Hope Counts. At guard, a 5'8" freshman, number 30, Madden Greenway. And at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 41, Grace Counts. The head coach of the Providence Academy Lions is Connor Getz. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Section 5 champions, the Providence Academy Lions. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Albany Huskies. At forward, a 6'3" junior, number 1, Alyssa Sand. At guard, a 5'4" junior, number 2, Savannah Pelzer. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 11, Samantha Van Heel. At guard, a 5'8" junior, number 13, Tatum Findley. And at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 33, Kylan Garretts. The head coach of the Albany Huskies is Aaron Boyum. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Section 6 champions, the Albany Huskies. The officials for the Class 2A championship game are umpire Jay Wetzel, referee Mallory Harbor, and umpire Josh Yunker.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Education Minnesota, the voice for professional educators and students.
two amazing teams. This is going to be a really interesting game to watch. The Albany Huskies are going to come out here, and I'm guessing they're going to throw some zone out on this Providence Academy Lions team to try and slow them down. But what I like about the Huskies is they have a nice inside presence. You're going to see them try to go to that early and often, and the Providence Academy Lions are going to rely on the Count sisters for their inside presence, and of course the one and only Maddie Greenway for her ability to score in bunches and quickly.
Yeah, that height down low. I mean, Alyssa Sand at 6'3" for Albany, and then for Providence you've got Hope Counts and her sister Grace, and they're 6'1" and 6'2", so yeah, that's really interesting. That's a pretty good, best height we've seen so far in the state tournament.
And it's going to be a battle, physical battle in the post.
And right to the hoop. You just mentioned her, Matt Greenway starts the game off with a field goal early on, less than 7 seconds off the clock. Albany had a heck of a game last night. Trying to get something underneath, and there breaking down was Alyssa Stan. She started at the top as Garrett is going with the ball, and a nice dish.
That's a great answer by Alyssa Sand. She has to use her size, her strength. The junior is a tough matchup.
Madden's three-pointer.
Greenway's ready to go.
Madden Greenway, we'll talk about her in a little while, but she is fun to watch. She's got some really good teammates as well. Albany, that pass play, there's an example of Grace Counts. Grace Counts played just a wonderful game last night. Greenway from the other side, that one's off. And there you can hear, that's a good crowd here. There's a lot of noise. There was great crowd involvement in the game before this. And I just take a peek back at some of these kids, and they're just having a blast.
Williams Arena it's packed in here today, folks. Everyone has arrived.
Underneath, great feed. The shot is up and again by Sands. Try to take advantage of that 6'3"
If I were the Huskies, I would keep doing that, going to Alyssa Sand in that corner until they stop it.
Honecker, great outside shooter. That time it's going to be tipped around. Who's got it? Sand does.
Could be another one where rebounding is going to be key. Can the Huskies get enough boards, maybe hold the Lions to one and done?
Tatum Finley down low. There's Sand. I mean Garrett's rather, and she will try to weave it underneath and draws a foul.
Nice job right there by Kylan Garrett. That's a great move, the way she was able to slip through the defense of the Lions.
Well, she's 5'11", 6 foot as well, and she's working that other side. So great height in this game down low. She's an all-state player, by the way. 16 points a game on the average. And Garrett, 66% from the stripe. We'll try to get her name in the scorebook on this one. She does. Closed captioning is brought to you by Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, committed to the power of human connections. One more time. Garrett's. And the junior, that one will not go. Rebound hauled down by Counts. That's Hope. Over to Grace. Underneath. Lays it up. Rebound Sand.
This is in these big games. You have to take advantage of those misses. The Huskies have to come down and score on this.
Van Heel underneath. Sand again. Boy, there's no doubt they want to get her in. They draw everybody in. The three-pointer opens up. Won't go. Rebound. Sand right up and in. Boy, she started off red hot.
That's how you do it. You take advantage of their misses. You go back and score.
Madden Greenway in the middle. Counts. Grace Counts to the basket. That's a whistle and a foul on Albany.
Grace Counts has a little shiner there from the game last night, which was incredibly physical, but the senior has been so good. She's that steady presence for this team. Coach Getz says, like her sister Maria, she just continues to get better and better. In this senior year, she's been outstanding.
Grandpa was a first-round pick by the Boston Celtics. Played in the NBA Finals. At that time, he was playing for the Lakers.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah, a little basketball in the family.
Love it.
So he was playing with Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain, if I know the time frame correctly. If you're a big NBA fan like a lot of us are, and I'm kind of a geek going through those history books, but I got to double check that. But I would bet those were the guys he was playing with. 7-7 here in this basketball game. The Huskies up the road there on I-94. And Providence Academy out in Victoria area. The shot from Garrett's is good.
All about shooting early in this arena. Not always easy, but the Huskies feeling comfortable and confident out there right now with a lead of 2.
This shot, Honaker for 3. Rebound, battle for it, and going to go out of bounds off of Providence Academy. The crowd is into this thing.
Yeah, sure are. And Kylan Garrett comes out early in this one.
Albany. Sam, how about that? So she's low post player, 6'3". She takes the ball up for the squad.
Oh, yeah. Post players are doing it all nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, there's full-scale talent in every player out here, obviously, at this level. On the miss, she gets a rebound, and she's going to be tied up, and that possession error goes back to Albany.
Yeah, that's critical right now, rebounding in this game. Getting second chance opportunities right now. The Huskies have gotten 6 rebounds compared to 2 for the Lions.
Oh, Finley, it opened up for her when she got past the defender. Sand on the board, stolen by Providence Academy, and the 8th grader goes in. Emma Miller and gets her first bucket.
The 5'9" Emma Millerburn makes a critical play at a crucial moment.
Van Heel, rebound. Greenway. Madden going to push it down. That's like she knows one gear, and it's fast.
The Huskies even got a hand on that one, and it wasn't enough to stop her from hitting her shot. Man, when she goes coast to coast, there is no stopping her.
Yeah, if you've tuned in to watch her today, she is as good as you've heard. A lot of talent on that floor right now, trying to get it inside. Garrett with that runner on the baseline. Rebound Providence, and this is what they do. They push it up in a hurry. This is Greenaway again, the stop. Rebound hauled down by Garrett.
I like the pace. I mean, the Huskies like to move the ball. They don't want to play at the pace that the Lions always play at, but they can play with pace. And Coach Boyum told me before the game, he said, we like a little flow to our game as well. Oh, there's Brooke Honaker.
Honaker with a nice steal, and she'll flip it on over the glass over to Millerburn. And 13-9, Providence Academy with the lead.
It's been defense creating offense right here for Providence Academy. And here's the hustle. We're going coast to coast. Emma Millerburn takes it all the way in. And a rebound by Greenway. Try and stop that. Not easy to do. And this time it's Brooke Honaker. She's going coast to coast. She can't finish on it, but her teammate can. Once again, Emma Millerburn. Real good hustle. Sharing the ball. Just that's a great way to get your way back into a game is on the defensive end. Allowing your defense to dictate your offense.
I think she passed off the board. That's what I like. That's what I'm thinking. That'd be a cool assist, taking it right off the glass.
Oh, there you go. I like how you're thinking. Winners,
yeah, a lot of signs here.
Good signs.
I wanted to mention Madden Greenway in this game, Leah, because she's coming in here with 2,275 career points. She's averaging 25.8 a game, but so far this season, 988 points. I mean, in a season. So
she's special in the way that she prepares for a game, the energy that she brings to the game, her tempo.
She needs 2 more to hit 1,000 points if math is right. I'm going by Jeff Morthorst, who did all that addition. So that makes it iffy. But I'm kidding, Jeff. So 2 more for 1,000. And
just this season, she's Already hit over 2,000 in her career.
Finley. And she stepped out of bounds. That defense by Greenway. Coach Boyum saying, wait a minute. Boy, what a job he's done, huh?
Coach is asking for a bumping foul right there.
No call that way, so the ball is in the hands of Grace Counts, and as she goes in, she's tied up. That possession arrow stays with the Lions of Providence Academy, coached by Connor Getz. In the Albany Huskies, coached by Aaron Boyum, or Boyum rather. Aaron, I know, went to Concordia at Moorhead. Underneath to Hope Counts. That's off of Providence Academy.
And again, opportunities for the Huskies to get extra possessions.
I gave Madden an extra 3 points here only because I had mismarked it. So she's got some work to do to get. She needs 5 more now. Underneath. Greenaway down low. Look at the quick passes. Counts. She's going to be fouled.
This is how the Lions share the basketball. Unselfish.
So Grace Counts back at the free throw line. 6'1" senior. She's on her way to Minnesota Duluth. Good job up there, whoever recruited her. Got her to sign. You got a good one. That's a 10-2 run right now for Providence Academy. 1 game in the books, and Mountain Iron Buell, 13 state appearances. They got that championship they've been waiting a long time for. Pretty special moment for everybody. They had a huge crowd here, maybe the whole town. Towns, rather, plural. Gerds. Another block on the drive by Schwenzheimer. Boy, she played a nice game last night, too.
Sure did.
Greenway, look at the length of that three-pointer. Rebound, Albany. Huskies will bring it down, trying to get some points on the board here in the hands of Callie Holthouse. Gardner, Garrett's with just a nice series of moves. Before you get underneath that bucket, and the defense is tough.
Yeah, they've got some bodies in there that are going to slow you down. But Kylan Garrett has been outstanding in the first part of this game, taking it to the basket.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by Summit Mortgage, guiding you home.
Here's your past champions. Providence Academy is in Plymouth. I think I said Victoria, that's where Holy Family is. But Providence Academy in the Plymouth area. They're the champs last year, so they're defending right here. And look at that, Albany the year before. So what a great matchup that is.
That's right. Yeah, this is going to be exciting to see who the current champion is going to be for 23. We know who he's rooting for.
Yeah. It's some serious showtime right there. He's got the actor chops. You can do a little screen test. That was nice focused effort there to get that sign up and balance with that styrofoam finger. Those kids are having fun here. It's just a kick to look out to the crowd. Albany now with the basketball, knocked loose, picked off, and out of bounds back to the Huskies.
I like the way that the Huskies have started this game. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, rebounding the ball well, in particular offensive rebounds. They have 4. They have to stay on the boards.
Inbound pass out on top. This is Pelzer. She can make it happen in a hurry.
Look at the defense here.
Holthouse against Greenway. Series of beautiful passes, and it results in a layup for Kylan Garrett.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A well-coached team knows how to play the game. It's looking for the gaps.
And the Counts play catch, and it ends up in a basket for Hope, her first 2 of the game.
Hope Counts, sophomore, looking so good, skilled at 6'2".
Here's what Pelzer does. You can get in and then pull people in and then draw out if they can get a three-pointer. Garrett's again attacking the lane, so between her and Sand, that's kind of the game plan.
Yep, and it matters because you penetrate and it impacts that first line of the defense.
Pelzer. Look at the rebound by Sand and the foul, and now she's going to go for a three-point shot with the free throw.
That has to be the goal of this Husky team, just that hustle. But here's Albany just playing great basketball, moving without the ball and attacking. That's just a nice little hustle down low to Sand, making sure that she can secure the rebound.
Sand averages 16 a game, and she is an all-state player. They got a few of them. Garrett is also an all-state player on this team. And the ball knocked around, picked up by Albany on the turnover, and they'll push it up in a hurry. Here comes Finley, the lead pass, knocked out of bounds, but it's off Providence Academy. And the ball is awarded to Albany. Yeah, well,
people aren't happy here.
Connor and the players are all saying, wait a minute. Either way, it's Husky basketball underneath their own basket. And, oh, that's a tough pass, and they go down that low on you right toward the shins. Ends up in a possession error, but maintaining possession will be the Albany Huskies. Only 1 loss this entire season. What a year it's been. No one will guard the inbound pass. They'll just toss it in, and there they go. The Garrett's. Greenway gets the try. Yeah, she sure did. She got position, and they called it right away.
Oh, she's going to do anything and everything to will herself a win, Greenway. Just those little plays, getting set defensively, getting your feet set. Getting extra possessions for your team.
Savannah Pelzer will stay down and provide some defense, but otherwise they don't have the full court press going on. You just kind of stay right on top of Greenway. She's quick as well. Madden, look at that pass down to the other end to Honecker, and let's go back to Counts. There's Hope underneath, pass picked off. Good turnover play. Ari Peterson has entered the game for the Lions. Svenshire deals it over to Pelzer. Pelzer with his number 3 seed team against the number 1 seed in Providence Academy. Knocked out of bounds by the Lions.
Lions seeing if they can take advantage of this possession that came off of a Lions turnover. The Lions have turned the ball over 5 times so far.
Sand dribbles to the basket. The jumper just a little too much. Look at her follow the miss. And then picked off by an alert Hope Counts. Off the Greenway. High pass, can't hang on to it. Albany's going to push it down. They got a 2-on-1. Pass, shot. It's good. Sand.
Such good basketball right there by Pelzer, realizing that she's not going to be able to take that shot down low. Gets it to the 6'3" Sand.
Greenway, quick three-point release. Perfect.
Here's the answer. But Honecker sticking right to Pelzer. Going to make her day difficult.
Pelzer down in the corner, guarded by Honecker. Keep in mind as you watch this game, if you haven't seen these teams, Honecker is one of the best three-point shooters in the whole state. So
sure is, and a knockdown defender as well.
Finley, just a soft touch, rolls off that iron into the net, and now it's a three-point game. Greenway from a long way out. That ball will bounce off the back of the iron, hauled down by the Huskies, and then picked off by Greenway. The spin move, travel, turnover.
Turnover number 7.
Let's check out the play of the game, Leah.
Taking advantage of turnovers here. The Huskies share the basketball. One extra pass gets it back to Sand so she can easily lay it in. It's good decision making.
Play of the game brought to you by Minnesota Rusco and Companies. They're your hometown remodelers. Inbound pass foul called on was it on Honecker? Or? Yeah, it was for holding. Good shot of Connor Gesser. He's done a great job over at Providence Academy. One more time, the inbound pass. This is Pelzer. Greenway will pick her up now. They've pretty good matchup there. A lot of speed between the two of them. Ball control is good. Here's Findlay looking for something in the middle. Nothing there. And then backs it up. Natalie Blonigan into the game. And the pass down the corner is knocked out of bounds. Off of Providence Academy. Quick hands here. Quick defense.
Saw Natalie Blonigan come in the semifinal game and make a difference in the post area. They needed some size in that game. She provided that.
Inbound pass high in the air. Nice catch by Tatum Findlay. That's her, number 13. Over to Garrett's. Findlay. Pelzer. 3-point lead for the Lions. One championship's in the book. Mountain Iron Buell won it before this one. Had a really dominant game today, as they've had all year. Pelzer and Counts now. And Pelzer gets the shot off over Counts. Rebound, battle, hanging on to it out there. And good ball handling by Kira Miller to make sure that ball stayed in bounds. Greenaway the shot. Follows up the tip outside, and Counts is down. We saw her holding that shoulder last night, too, and that you could tell she grabbed it right away.
A little pain.
Yeah. And that's going to be a foul on Miller-Byrne.
Looking at mattresses?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable. That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Slumberland, mattress shopping reinvented.
Good game here in the Class 2A title game, and the last two champions are going at it. Underneath, Sand, blocked by Counts. Try it again. Let's go to the corner. Back to Sand. She puts it up. Foul. This is the game plan they came in with.
That's exactly it. Just keep going there and keep going there and force them to follow you and utilize Alyssa Sand as much as you can.
Just like the way she plays, because, you know, she can post up and then she can go outside. Then she can dribble. And then she knows where to be without the basketball. She's a
tough matchup for sure.
Yeah, and she's just a junior. In fact, right now, just kind of looking at both squads, there's only one senior on the court, and maybe not. Let me check here. No, I don't. Right now, I think we've all up. No. Yeah, Kira's a senior. So a lot of these players coming back next year. This is Kira Miller right here. Played a strong game yesterday. Counts from the top. Rebound Blonigan. Knocked loose, but gotten back by Albany, and foul on Grace Counts.
I'm just going to keep harping on it in this one, but the importance of rebounding the ball has just been so big for the Huskies.
41 Grace Counts, her first 16 foul on the Lions.
Both teams shooting around the same field goal percentage. The Huskies at 40%, Providence at 37%. Get over that half-court line. There you go.
Old House. Good defense by Miller right there. Sand pulled way out on top. Looks down low. That's her counterpart, Garrett's trying to get a shot underneath. Blonigan down the other side. They're going with some height down low. But the way they got it set up down there, three of their taller players on the court right now. Tipped out, and here comes Holthouse.
Now you might want to slow this down.
Yeah, she did.
Good decision making.
Findlay. Good move behind the basket. Like Miller's defense, though. She doesn't give her a whole lot of space.
Holthouse does a good job of getting over screens.
They're saying that's the shot they want. And on the miss, Millerburn.
Watch out.
Greenway's got a 1-on-2. Mad's going to take a look on it. The other side. What a pass. What court awareness.
How did she see that?
And she got her 1,000th point of the season on that. Had she...
Wow.
Beautiful.
There you go. She's going all the way in.
Holthouse with the left-hand runner. Oh, we've seen some nice plays up out here.
Holthouse, she had a few amazing plays in the semis as well.
Counts trying to go up. Sanders on the defense. Hauls down the missed shot. Holthouse will bring it up. 2-point lead now for Providence Academy. Garrett's.
They just want to take their time a little bit running their offense.
Finley. And missed it. But a whistle and a foul.
Providence Academy. Greenway, where did she see her teammate rolling in? Millerburn coming down the court, and Greenway just sees her out of the corner of her eye. Just great court awareness.
Yeah, Millerburn got the buckets. Millerburn's an 8th grader, as you mentioned. Finley not going to go that time. For Tatum, she's got 4 in the game.
Ari Peterson, number 20, back in for the Huskies. Savannah Holzer, number 2. And Eva Schlenspire, number 22.
So making sure everybody stays fresh, getting some substitutions back in and out of this game. Finley, meanwhile, at the free throw line, and she gets it. So timeout on the court. Got a good one going here. Lions leading the Huskies by a point.
Everyone, Dr. Chuck Ells here, and that means it's time for the Xfinity Mobile Fan Cam.
Xfinity Mobile Fan Cam. Xfinity Mobile, a different kind of network designed to save you money. There we go.
He's the fan favorite.
Meanwhile, on the court, Millerburn inside the lane. Ball tipped loose. Counts picks it up at the free throw line. Grace's shot is good.
Yeah, nice looking shot. Grace Counts.
Look at the pressure all of a sudden applied. And now they got a 3-on-2 break. Ooh. Finley will shoot the 3.
I kind of realized she was wide open. Thought, why not?
Tie game. Counts. Millerburn going to go rebound on the battle for that. Sails out of bounds. Goes back to Albany.
Look at Tatum Finley realizing, oh, wide open. Nice looking shot for the 5'8" junior.
Yeah, she took that beyond the 20-foot 9-inch mark, the college mark. And does it again. Got a spot over there.
Confidence is here for this Huskies team.
The 2 former state champs in the last 2 years going at it, and a great battle here in the first half from Williams Arena. Millerburn, the 8th grader, to the hoop, blocked by Sand. Pelzer off her knee, picked up by Counts. She's got a room to shoot, can't hit it. Followed by the Lions.
They're going to give them 3 chances to score. They're going to score on you.
That's Ari Peterson who got that bucket after all of that activity. Pelzer, kick out to the corner. Finley's hot. She going to shoot again? That's,
with the beautiful floater.
That's 8 in a row for her. 14-6 run, Albany. 3:20 and ticking.
Tatum Finley is playing out of her mind right now.
Honaker, great outside shooter, not that time. Hauled down by Garrett's. Underneath Peterson, defending her. Trying to get her heart. She gets it up to Sand. Alyssa knocked loose by Honaker. Good defensive play, but all the way to the corner. Finley again. Not this time. Sand. No, rebound. Garrett's. Albany is killing it on the offensive boards and can't get it to drop.
21-12.
Greenway, coast to coast. No. Foul.
The Huskies. Tatum Finley just shooting big shots. I mean, look at the confidence of the young lady. Comes back down, and the beautiful little floater. Just a soft touch and the switch.
Meanwhile, Madden Greenway is at the free throw line. And there's something you won't see very often. And that's all the Husky fans need, so they're going to make some noise. Again, both sides loud and proud as they should be. Ari Peterson takes a break for the Lions. One more time for Madden. She got it. 2-point lead now for Albany. The Huskies with the ball. The first half's been pretty daggone fun.
Look at the defense. Greenway's
against Finley. Puts it up and she draws the foul.
Yep, it's a smart foul. There's nothing else you can really do right there. Greenway decided that she was not going to have this. So she comes in strong. There's a foul across the body.
The freshman at the free throw line averages 31 points a game. And she's going to add to her total right now in this game. 12 points to start. She is the leading scorer. Sand has 11, and that's now 1,000 points on the season. As you know, earlier this year, she went over 2,000 points for her career.
A tip there. Sand.
As did Tori up at Crosby Ironton, too. Another just awesome players using the state tournament as well. Steal. Greenway got a 2-on-2. She'll take it herself. And a foul, and that's going to be,
I'm guessing a block.
That's going to be on Albany, and Coach Boyum is not pleased with that call.
I wasn't sure if Pelzer got in front of her enough. He was, I don't think it's an awful call.
Madden, big smile on her face after getting a free throw. She just plays with a pure joy, doesn't she?
She really does. She looks happy. She's having fun. And she's lighting people up and going coast to coast. And she makes the game enjoyable for people to watch.
Pelzer in the backcourt. Count slips. Holthouse rather. Off to Garrett's. Covered up nicely, so Sand is there, and Alyssa continues to have just a red-hot first half.
Yeah, first half of basketball for the Huskies has just been impressive.
Puts your team in front by a point. That's Hope counts. Down to the corner. Millerburn, quick move to the bucket. There's Hope from the corner. Knocked in corner of the free throw line, and right there on the elbow won't go.
And the difference in this first half is the way that the Huskies are rebounding the ball, 23-14.
Holthouse. Greenway with the steal.
You're going to let her take it.
1-on-2. She's in a hurry. Gets it up, and body control allows her to put that ball up and in.
She can change a game quickly.
And now the Lions take the 1-point lead as we're coming up on halftime here, when the entire gymnasium has to take a nice big deep breath. They got to wait a little bit for it, though.
I would slow this down just a little bit, but who's listening to me? Nobody.
Sand from the corner. Rebound, Honecker just secures that baby and says, I got it. Let me go down the court with it. She gives it off to Greenway way out on the wing, and she'll take it back to the center. There's Honecker. She's open for three. She hits the back of the iron. Pelzer's there to haul down the rebound. Savannah is playing a heck of a tournament. On the way in, loses the dribble momentarily. A whistle, and
for some of our patients, the goal is playing on a winning team, but you just want to stay in the game. At Trio Orthopedics, we'll treat your back so you can be there for your team.
So the foul was called on Providence Academy. So at the free throw line, you have Savannah Pelzer. Really been fun to watch her play. She just makes things happen out there for the Huskies. And that free throw will go in. And for her, that'll be her first point. She seems to be involved in most every play, and doesn't always involve scoring.
Just playing smart, confident basketball right now as well.
Pelzer with both of them. And now Albany has a 1-point lead. 41 seconds. Really don't know if either one of these teams worries about taking the last shot at the half or not. We'll see. Greenway way out on top. This is Miller-Byrne back to Greenway. She'll back it up. Pelzer will come right out on top of her near midcourt. Madden off the pick, goes the other way. Clock down to 21. So now
the back part of the defense has to be ready for Greenway to come in.
And she slices in the middle and doesn't get it. Rebound, battle counts. Oh, strong board.
The jump ball.
That will belong to Providence Academy. What a fun first half.
Yeah, Sand is really, really helpful as she can just stay in the back of the defense, protecting the rim, and when the guards come flying in there, she gets those loose balls.
Oh boy, in 3 seconds left, they got to get a shot off, and now with time running out, it just kind of rolls out of bounds harmlessly, and what a first half. 7 lead changes and 5 ties in the first half. That's great. That's just fun.
This was outstanding basketball. Exactly what we had hoped for in this game. 2 teams playing tremendous basketball. I think we're going to see a little bit different team from the Providence Lions when they come out in the second half. They made some mistakes that you don't usually see them make, but I thought the Huskies were nearly flawless out there.
I really like Tatum Finley's 8-point flurry. Man, she just was lighting it up and got her team.
I loved it.
Just motivated, to say the least. And then Madden Greenway with a strong first half, 16 in the first half.
As usual.
And just great play, really, from everybody. Fun to watch. Kids are getting lined up here for the XL Awards, I believe, in just a few minutes. Some great students, and sometimes in the midst of all the athletic activity, we forget about how good of students these kids are, including the ones on the court. And these exceptional kids out there doing a lot of things that just overachievers.
Yeah, this always makes you feel good about the future when you see what these young people have going on, and they have a lot going on. It's super impressive.
Yeah, wow, man, first half, good time for a little breather and for everybody. No doubt about that.
Some exciting basketball.
Let's go down. Dave Giles will have the presentation here for halftime.
This year, presenting the Excel Awards at center court are members of the Minnesota State High School League Board of Directors. They are Don Engebretson of Rockford and Leroy Fairbanks of Cass Lake. And they will be assisted by Eric Martins and Charlie Campbell from the Minnesota State High School League. And now, let's meet the 2023 Excel Award winners. Chloe Anundsen, Mankato West. Kiernan Albertini, Providence Academy. Andrew Amoa, Woodbury. Taya Anderson, Mora. Nick Hill, Andrew, Eden Prairie. Morgan Belfi, Swanville. Hannah Bernier, North Branch. Brooke Brookins, St. Paul Highland Park. Kevin Casper, Wheaton. Henry Cushman, Wabasha Kellogg. Paul Faison, Monticello. Caitlin Flack, Lake Crystal, Welcome Memorial. Sean Fleming, Chisholm. Amelia Harold, Waconia. Mason Hokenga, Egan. Ella Johnson, Minneota. Ima Kawaja, Lakeville North. Caleb Kim, Mankato East. Titus Queen, Roseau. Ada Lee, Badger. Ella Matsky, Lake City. Anjali Nambudiri, East Ridge. Ella Norvich, Virginia. Greta Oldenkamp, Alexandria. Lindsay Penagore, Watertown Mayor. Emily Percival, Eastview. Callie Richards, Casson Manorville. Cullen Sancher, Casson Manorville. Brandon Sattler, Providence Academy. Owen Summer, Lewiston Altura. Lucas Vasquez, Negabauer, Wasika. Mary Yang, St. Paul, Washington, Technology Magnet. Not present for the ceremony, Paige Treble of Eden Prairie, Maxwell Rost of Minneota, and Kalia Cheney of Pequot Lakes. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Excel Award winners. Please join the League and Wells Fargo in congratulating these outstanding individuals for their leadership and community service.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by Tria Orthopedics. It's why you're treated and how you're treated by Tria.
I would imagine you enjoyed that first half at home. We can see here the fans in the stands enjoying this one as well. And so are we as we bring the championship Saturday here on 45 TV. What a game so far in the AA championship. Albany, a 1-point lead on the defending champs, Providence Academy. Chris Long back with Marissa Kate. What'd you like about Albany's game? Kind of thing was, you say a whole game, if they can stay close, they're going to have a shot. Not only are they staying close, they've got the lead.
I am so impressed with how Albany came out and they didn't get afraid or back down to that upbeat tempo of Providence Academy. I thought Alyssa Sand came out and had a first half that we knew she needed to have. She's 6'3" and she's someone who's able to battle Hope and Grace Counts on Providence Academy down low. Double-double already with 13 points and 12 rebounds. Madden Greenway always serves as the engine on that team. She's a freshman. Do they just keep trying to do what they're doing? They haven't shot very well. Or do they change some things to try to mix up what they did that Albany was having success defensively? If you were watching that first half, you probably thought that Madden Greenway had a pretty good first half. She can play better, so I think knowing her, she's going to come out in that second half ready to go, fired up. I also think she is going to try and get Grace and Hope Counts involved a little bit more in the post. A special talent and a terrific team behind her, a terrific team on the other side. Albany leading by 1, 33-32 here in the AA championship. We knew Providence Academy could run and run fast, and they didn't wait a lot of time showing us that. This is off the opening tip. Madden Greenway right to the bucket, the first 2 of her 16 points. She is just so hard to defend, Marissa. She is so hard to defend because she's so fast, and she has another level of speed that most players on the court do not have. A 1,000-point career is notable. This is a 1,000-point season for Madden Greenway with that free throw. Emma Milliburn, an 8th grader, showing she's got what it takes in a state championship game as well. It's always fun when you see a new face on a squad and they play like Emma Milliburn does. You said at the beginning of the game, Marissa, Alyssa Sand was going to be the key for Albany. She has a double-double already by halftime. I really like how Alyssa Sand plays. She's long, she's lanky, she's graceful, but she's a presence down low. And that's a tough matchup with her with Grace Counts, but she's handling it well. And then on the move here with the give and go. Just unselfish basketball by the Albany Huskies. Does not leave it all on the front court either. Here's Sand with some defensive stops if they needed. Tatum Finley hit the 3 that won the semifinal for them. And I would say she hit some key 3s there in that second half of the first half that sort of didn't let Providence Academy pull away and actually vaulted Albany back into the lead. She seems like she's unrattled by the Providence Academy speed, and look for her in the second half to hit some outside shots. Tournament stats brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, freshly made and constantly craved. The rebound battle is key as Albany leading 26-16 second half. Next on 45 TV.
Better than 1 Maui Wowie? 2.
That's awesome. Oh my God, she's so cute.
I don't know if she knows she's up on the big screen or not, but man.
You know, she's so cute. She's like, could I have 2?
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Or our family. You just take one from your brother or sister. Back to the action, second half. And Albany starts out with the basketball with that 1-point lead. Pelzer with it. Trying to work it around, and there's that steal. Boy, too many passes, and there's Greenway coming down, 2-on-2. She'll take it herself, weave through everybody, can't get it. Counts with a nice board, and on the rebound, she gets the shot. And with that rebound, Grace Counts now has 1,000 for her career.
Oh, she's had a great career, and that is a critical rebound and could be key to this second half if she continues to do that.
In the hands of Samantha Van Heel. Sam will go to that left side. That's Kylan Garrets. Boy, they're out on her very close, not giving her a lot of room. She had a great first half.
Move that ball. You got to swing the ball to try to loosen up the defense a little bit and then get it into Sand.
Pelzer.
So Pelzer moves without the ball. She's super fast, and it works because it shifts the defense. Uh-oh.
Van Heel's open. She'll pop that shot right off the front of the iron. Rebound. Millerburn right over to Greenway. Waste no time with her passes. Boom. That's right into Grace Counts. The layup is up and in.
Exact start that the Providence Academy Lions wanted to have here in the second half. Greenway doing what she does, turning you over, and you're getting down into the paint. Count sisters doing their thing.
You know where your teammates are. Ball knocked loose by Hope Counts. Sand has it back down low. Finley underneath the glass. Grace Counts is there to cause trouble. Tipped around back in the hands of Providence Academy. And here comes Honecker. Hope Counts going to take that baseline back out to Grace. Millerburn open for three. High arching shot off the front of the iron. Going to roll hard out toward the out of bounds line. Saved. Academy has it. And another weaving shot by Greenway. And quickly out to the lead by 5 now is Providence Academy. That shot not going to go. No whistles. Bodies down.
Yeah.
Play continues all the way down over to Millerburn from the pass from Greenway. And the Lions have come out like Lions.
Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to start playing at the pace that the Lions can play at. That's just going to lead to a lot of turnovers and bad decision making.
And a lot of passes.
Just got to slow it down a little bit and go back to what you did in the first half. And look at the block. You knew the Count sisters were going to come out a little bit different in this second half because they are so good, and there's defense right there that was needed. And then the hustle. You just get it to Greenway and let her do her thing.
Fast and furious moments in this basketball game all the way through. Well, we take a look at the Liuna leading scorers. Build your future. Visit LiunaMinnesota.org.
Alyssa Sand needs to stay active in this one. 13 points right now. Madden Greenway 18 points. Expect to see Greenway in the 30s before this thing ends. And Alyssa Sand needs to do the same thing she did in the first half. Call for the ball. Be aggressive. Go to the basket and get boards. Because she's going to have a little bit more trouble. She's going to have the Count sisters are going to come at her a little harder in the second half.
Yeah, fun battle down low in this game. Both sides got good height, good talent down there. Now with the full court pressure, trying to get the ball in bounds. It's Pelzer. Sees a double team, quickly gives it back to Garrets, and Kylan will take it up against the Lions off of a pick from Pelzer. Very solid screen. Get the ball back out to Savannah. And move it around in the hands of Tatum Finley. Back out to Alyssa Sand, and the pass is perfect, but a foul was called prior to that on Emma Millerburn. And so there'll be no shot there. Boy, that was a beautiful pass again.
Well, yeah, Huskies, when they sit in their half court and they move without the basketball well, they just are really good at cutting to the basket.
Inbound pass right back over to Sand. She puts the fake on, gets what she wanted and just can't get it to drop. But a foul is called on the follow-up. But she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
As I said, going to be a little bit more difficult in the second half, but the passing remains good by the Huskies. Now you got to finish on these and see the battle. 41 and 24 coming over to protect the paint.
From the free throw line. Been there one time today, or 3 times. She's made it now. On the 4th time, she's now 2 of 4. One more time for Alyssa, the All-State Albany Husky, who's a junior, by the way. 5-point difference. Here come the lines. Madden Greenway leading the charge. A little cross-handed dribble back into the lane, and then the runner off the back of the iron, hauled down by Sam.
Solid rebound.
And she's going to get trapped. They like to trap as soon as you get that rebound. And here comes Pelzer. Quick pass to the corner. Finley's open. Not going to go. Way out. And here comes Greenway. Got a one-on-one against Pelzer. Nice move. Lays it off the glass. And she's got 2 more.
She feels like it's unstoppable when Greenway is going full court. She knows how to score on both sides of the basket. She can get around the defense, and the defense can't get down fast enough to get in front of her.
Albany not panicking whatsoever. This was such a beautiful first half. Now here in the second half, going right at the basket. Block. All down, turnover. Comes Greenway and Honecker side by side, and the layup is not going to go. Rebound knocked to the corner. And a scramble for that. That's going to be a possession arrow, and it's going to go back to Providence.
This is her coast-to-coast moving. Great ball control. Great body control. The defense can't get there.
Oh, a great crowd out here today. Counts into Greenway, and she'll take it over to the top, guarded by Callie Holthouse, who's played well in this tournament for Albany. Little give and go among the sisters. That one's a little hard off the glass. And here comes Albany that's tied up. Greenway pops it loose. Holthouse down to retrieve it into the hands of Holt. Counts. She got it. She's fouled.
You're feeding off of the energy of Madden Greenway right now. Kind of created that whole defensive piece. Look at the crowd is into it. This is just all started right here. Greenway gets in, creating confusion on the court.
Hope, the 6'2 sophomore, makes it a 3-point play, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point lead after a 1-point lead by Albany at halftime. This is Holthouse, and now a whistle of timeout by Coach Boyum. Aaron will talk to his team a little bit. 10 years, 233 wins. That's a pretty good yearly average here for Coach Boyum. And on the other side, Connor Getz is over there talking to his Providence Lions, as you could see. Providence Academy Lions, 28-2 this year. And 6 years for Connor, 139 victories. Time for another championship look back, brought to you by Old Dutch Foods. Quality lives here.
It's kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Providence Academy. Grace counts. Making shots. Exciting time for their school and this era of basketball.
There's Connor Getz, and look at one of the pictures, one of the coaches, Brian Cosgriff, who helped out with the program.
Right.
And now Brian is guiding the Minnetonka program, and they had a really nice year over
did.
that really tough Lake Conference. And how tough is it? 3 of the 4 finalists in this tournament were from the Lake Conference in 4A.
To see him work his way back to stay with his Minnetonka team.
And Connor Getz has done a really nice job guiding this program. There's no doubt about that. Well, in the meantime, you still got a lot of basketball left, a lot of time on the clock. A really good game to watch. Ton of talent out there on the court. Finley, who lit it up, had just a spurt of 8 points that got her team so jacked up. Greenway back for the steal. All the way down, lays it up. She's got 2 more.
Her ball control is just so good, and if you don't have a real good handle on the ball, she's going to steal it from you.
Three-pointer on the way. Shy. Sand. Good boards. And then on the fadeaway fouled by Hope Counts. So she will go to the free throw line.
And as Greenway is doing a great job of just kind of rattling the Huskies right now. She's getting in everybody's grill.
You and I talked about this young lady shooting these free throws during the break at halftime and how impressive she is.
Yeah, and again, the All-State player has been just simply outstanding in this tournament, but can be that player for this team to get them over the hump.
10-point swing right now as the Lions just came out and fired. Greenway from downtown Minneapolis, not going to go. Rebound hauled down by Sand again. As you just saw, she's already got the double-double. Holthouse, she's open, and it's not going to go. Rebound, Sand again.
Keeping them alive in this one. Second chance points, offensive rebounding.
47-39, cuts the gap a little bit. Counts to Counts, back to Counts, and she's going to put it up, and that will count.
Even with good defense on her.
49-39. Pelzer. Honaker on her. Pelzer over to Holthouse. Greenway going for the steal. Back out on top. Sand brings Grace Counts out with her. And looks down low, and it works as she got the ball down underneath on the pass. Really nicely drawn up, and a foul as well.
How many is that?
They did that play exactly the way that Coach Boehm had drawn it up.
They did. Good passing. Holthouse has had a really good tournament.
That's 3 now on Hope, by the way. Callie Holthouse is going to make it a three-point play. There's a timeout. And look at the Providence emotion after that shot. Having fun.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by New Range Copper Nickel. Safe, responsible, respectful.
Oh, look at some of the fans that have come.
Oh, look at the little baby.
To this game. Yeah, I saw one baby here last night had headphones on. Just for the noise.
Cuteness.
Yeah. Big smile.
Loves the camera already.
Camera shows up. It's like, now they'll try to do that for their Christmas pictures and she won't smile.
Right, exactly.
Family photos, they can be turbulent sometimes.
Yes, they can. They want perfection.
Greenway, look at that. It's not going to go. She got in underneath. Tough angle. And the no-look pass that time. Counts looks over to the corner and decides to go to right in the middle of Miller Bend without looking at her, and she's ready for the pass.
Yeah, they're getting second and third opportunities and doing a much better job on the boards in this second half for the Lions. Ooh,
oh boy, just kind of the whole house is breaking the set. Let's bring in Marissa and your thoughts on what you're seeing right now.
You know, I think Leah said it best. The Count sisters have ratcheted up their defense just a little bit, and especially their rebounding in the second half. With a team like Providence Academy, you have to secure every single offensive rebound and make points off of it. Otherwise, you're going to lose that possession, and they're going to come at you and score.
Marissa, what do you think about Maddie Greenway? When it's almost like she kind of decided she wanted to change things, the energy that she brought in the second half.
That's what's so special about a player like Maddie Greenway. She can single-handedly change the tempo, the pace, and the feel of a basketball game.
Love it. It's good insight, Marissa. Thank you so much.
Halftime, Albany had the 1-point lead, and then it's just what you guys were talking about. All of a sudden, that spurred from the Lions, and they took the lead, and right now they have it still by 9 points. This is Pelzer, great-looking player. She's fast, quick, kind of stirs the drink out there for the offense. Findlay with the ball. Tatum high above her head, looking down low. She'll try to get that screen on the left side, goes to the right side, and that is going to be the Huskies basketball. And the ball will be inbounded by Kylan Gerrits, another all-state player. High pass for Sands. Boy, that was fronted well by Counts. Here comes Greenway, a 2-on-1. There's a bump. Does the basket count? It does. It's going to be a three-point attempt here on the free throw by Madden Greenway.
Wow. She can turn nothing into something really quickly. You can't get down faster than her to get in front of her. Oh, we have a little reaction back and forth there. It gets intense in these games. There's no doubt about that.
Secures a three-point play. It's a 12-point lead now for the Providence Lions Academy, #1 ranked team in the state. And they beat every other #1 team in the state at every class level, haven't they?
It's been impressive what they've done this season.
Down to the corner. Boy, they didn't give her much room. I thought she might have a three-pointer. She makes a good move to the middle, and it won't drop. And here comes that 2-on-1 break again. And the dish to Millerburn, and she'll put it up and in. Emma Millerburn, an 8th grader, doesn't play like an 8th grader.
The Lions have just kind of flipped the switch and are playing at a completely different level now. It's making it really difficult for the Huskies. Too many.
I don't know what that was, but I like it. Those fans. There we go.
Cousins, number 4.
Albany will be Unspire number 22.
Just see Providence when they're pushing pace and sharing the ball and making easy layups and rebounding the ball. Not a lot you can do with that.
But you see the rebound when they get it down there right away. They're looking for that outlet, aren't they? It counts the minute she had the rebound right away. Okay, where are my players? I'm going right with a quick pass.
Well, as good as Greenway is at scoring the ball, she's a great teammate in that she sees the court so well. So she is going to distribute the ball and does a great job of it. I mean, she's top assist leader in the state.
Leading scorer in the game, she's got 25. 19 for Alyssa Sand. Her first half performance was strong. Right now in the second half, she has 6 points as well.
Greenway just has this amazing amount of energy. Where does it come from? She's smiling and plays the game with a lot of joy.
Ball will be inbounded by Gerrits of the Albany Huskies with this great program going down there. State champs from 2 years ago. Now picked off. Honaker off the glass.
There you go. Brooke Honaker.
Brooks got her first bucket of the afternoon.
This defense gets her offense rolling. She's been a critical part of this Providence team.
Savannah Pelzer guarded by Brooke Honaker on the top. Sand pulled way out. Garrett's going to kick it back. Finley outside is short. Greenway will pull down the rebound and assess the court, take a look, and that long three-pointer's on the way, and that's going to be out of bounds. Go the other way. Inbound pass with full court pressure applied by Providence Academy. Finley moves it out for the three. That one in and out. Just cannot find that
there's no rebound
sweet spot. Greenway just cuts through everything, manages to get the shot off, and
it's wrapping like weird. She's getting up just fine, it looks like.
She went down, drew the foul. Going to try to block that off.
Albany foul team, Finley number 13 and second.
The hustle, I mean, just barreling through everybody.
Now she's shooting the free throws. We'll see if they take her out or not a little bit. She doesn't come out of the game a whole lot, obviously. Greenway one more time from the free throw line. And that's perfect.
walking a little gingerly.
Sand, meanwhile, let's see what she does here. She does a cross-hand dribble. This is 6-3, going right up to the board. Another nice move by her. And she goes to the free throw line. She's been there 4 times in the second half. Has hit a shot every time. Kira Miller getting ready to come back in. Meanwhile, Sand will shoot this free throw before they do that substitution. 6'3" junior, one more time at the line, and in and out. And Millerburn will go out.
Kira Miller, number 31. Going out to Millerburn.
So we'll keep an eye on Greenway just to see how she runs down court here. As I'm sure the coaching staff is doing as well. Sand, meanwhile, a second of 2, and that's a good-looking shot for her.
What a game by Sand today. 20 points, 17 boards.
Miller right to the hoop, kicks it out. 3-pointer by Honaker. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Honaker has arrived in this tournament.
Well,
going to hit him up with some big 3-point shots.
She's a 44% 3-point shooter. Wow. Albany only 1 made field goal this half, and there's your difference. And suddenly look at we're at 19-point differential after Albany had the first half lead. Back out on top. Spin move. Garrett's can get it dropped. Miller with a good rebound. Quickly out to Honaker. Right down to Greenway. The cross-hand dribble into the lane. Nothing there. Let's kick it to the corner. Honaker, another 3. That one's shy. Hope counts off the glass. Grace counts, gets the rebound. She'll kick it out. Greenway's going to shoot the 3. And again counts. This is Hope counts.
4. They had 4 opportunities.
A lot of offensive boards, but no reward on that. And now they'll get the ball back to Providence or to Albany as it goes out of bounds. It'll be inbounded by Eva Schwenzheier, the 5'6" sophomore, who's been playing quite well last night in that victory.
Back in the game for the Huskies, Kelly Holthouse, number 5.
Short turnaround time for these teams, isn't it, from their games last night? And getting out here at 2 o'clock to play. But, I mean, you don't mind it as a kid, I'm sure.
But you're ready to roll. You have so many emotions around just getting back on the court.
Sand will back it up. Grace Counts will come out to guard her. Keeping an eye on her. Gets a pick on the right side. Sand will come back in the middle with a dribble. Tied up. And a foul is called down low on the Lions. So
Providence Academy foul 31.
Ball B.
3rd, 17 foul. On the Lions, number 20.
That'd be a free throw here. They're letting the substitute. Yeah, they're letting the subs come. They're having people come in, substitutions, getting all that organized. But in the meantime, Alyssa will go over to the free throw line, and that's where she will shoot. 5 points this half, 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
She is doing everything she can in this game.
That satisfying sound of a net. Nothing better. Look at those numbers. Holy smokes.
Double, some steals.
Yeah, and then she can bring it down from the guard position.
I love it.
Junior. I'm sure the recruiters are well aware, if they're not. We've seen her now. That's Pelzer. Look at it. She got 3 people around her trying to dribble through it. And then the ball stolen. That's Peterson getting it over to Greenway.
Oh, it makes it so difficult. 3 different players harassing you, trying to get the ball. Pelzer does a good job pushing pace for this Huskies team.
Out of bounds off of Albany.
Providence. This is the pesky defense that won't go away. That's Peterson, Greenway. Peterson to Greenway.
Miller, meanwhile, down to the corner, picked off. What a great anticipation right there by Garrett. She'll come on down all the way herself. The left-handed runner not go, and the ball is in the hands of Holthouse. Right underneath in the middle. Hands all over the place. Where's it going? It's going back to Albany.
Back in for the Lions, Brooke Honaker, number 3. Going out, Kira Miller.
Brooke Honaker back in. Kira Miller back on the bench. Kira plays an awful lot there, moving in and out. And on Holthouse, open on the baseline. That was her shot. Look at the rebound by Garrett's there. She got it. Now Counts has it. Over to Greenway.
Watch out.
Greenway's moving at a pretty good clip there.
As usual.
Peterson off the edge. Rebound is hauled down by Counts and by Garrett's. That's a possession that's going to go back to Albany. This is for the state title, and this first half was as good as a half we've seen this year. Now, the second half's been pretty much all Providence Academy.
Yeah, they made the adjustments that were needed, and this is what happens when you turn and you bring the ball into Hope Counts. She takes it from you.
Inbound pass. Holthouse guarded by Honaker. Going to get a screen, get across that midcourt stripe, and then set up the offense here for the Huskies with 6 minutes to go in this game. Garrett's been busy the second half. Kylan's been all over the place. There's Holthouse to the basket. Nice try. Good rebound underneath, and that's Alyssa Sand again.
Holthouse. I really like how she plays the game, and that's kind of what we saw in the first half of this game, is getting the rebound, Sand finishing, being able to score in the paint.
Well, keep in mind, Providence Academy has defeated Hopkins, who's so good, and they'll play a 4A championship tonight. Little Albany history for you in their 1980 state championship team. Boy, there was a lot of talk about that squad, as many of you know. And then this was against Austin Pacelli. Cut down that net. Wow, that's some good footage there. Kelly Skalicki, one of the greats.
That's really cool to see that footage.
And here comes the 08 team.
I love it. What a great basketball history right there.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the mask, Paige Meyer.
Paige is playing for South Dakota State, I believe, in the NCAAs, is she not?
That's right.
I think she is, yeah.
That's right, she is. Wow, that was fun to see.
Great
That's
footage, guys.
back.
Yeah, thank you for that. That was awesome. And that shot by Count's not going to go. Garrett pulls it down. Sand, by the way, has 11 of the 14 points for Albany this half.
Will her team a win?
5.5 now underneath that mark. There she is again, Alyssa. Oh, good dish to the other side, and Holthouse is right there to grab it.
Sand and Holthouse have a really great chemistry with each other on the court, and you can see it right here. Just with the defense surrounding her. What she does such a good job of passing out of the double team right down to Holthouse.
Yeah, and then Honaker came over to help, so he had 3 on her as she dished that ball. And Holthouse, they're both juniors, so I'm guessing in class they discussed, hey, if you get 3 people on you, throw it over to them. Here's a shot by Finley. Sand again, high board. A lot of congestion in there. She dishes that one out. And hung on to Holthouse.
Set it up.
Started over. Finley. Yep, there it is.
She's back.
12-point difference. Under 5 now. Greenwood going to pull it way back toward the midcourt stripe. That's Hope Counts. Hope's a sophomore. That's Grace. She's the senior. And she will put it up, not get it, and follows her own shot and gets it.
Yeah, we have post players that can do so much. It just makes the game so much easier. They play out of the high post. They can pass to each other. They lay it in, get the boards.
Yeah, she had just a monster game last night, too, didn't she?
Yeah, it was the difference. I thought her ability just to stay calm and do what she had to do.
Great passing and the shot by Natalie Blonigan. Natalie's first points of this game.
For her.
Yeah, 6'1" sophomore. They got great height to work with next year, too, down in that post with Blonigan and with Sand and with Garrett. And the Van Heel, she's 5'10".
Yep. Well, bench players just doing their job, and it's just such an important part of the team, and you can really see.
The kick to the corner. They'll distribute it around a little bit. Here's Hope. No looker over to the baseline to her sister.
I see you, Hope. That was a nice looking pass.
Right to the basket. That's going to go out of bounds. This is the passing we're talking about on the inside.
Doing the little things, but seeing each other and then great passing. Those are difficult passes to make down low inside. Yeah, just a team that's confident, has worked well-coached team. I'll say that again.
Kick back. And Savannah will go back and retrieve that ball. And Greenway will never give up. And now they both go down to the court. And that's a foul is going to be called on Madeline Greenway.
Wow.
So we'll walk down to the other end of the stripe, and that's where Savannah Pelzer will go to the free throw line. She's been there one time, hit both free throws that she had. She's amazing. She's all over the court. She's instrumental in pretty much everything they do down there.
She's had 4 assists, 3 rebounds in this one, and just has that battle going on right now with Greenway.
And a junior, and that one's going to be a little bit too hard, and so the rebound hauled down. And look at Greenway. That leg seems to be pretty good. Corner, Honecker loves that shot. Rebound. Grace counts. What a tournament. Greenway for 3. That's off. Counts sees it like a pass and a reverse layup for Counts. How alert is she?
I gotcha.
That's no air ball. That's a pass.
Right there.
Yeah. Wow. What a great play. A lot of them in this game. 16-point difference now. Huskies to the hoop. And that is Alyssa Sand. That's the same kind of play. A little bit of an air ball. She's there to catch it. Puts it up. Draws a foul. And Alyssa goes back to the free throw line.
Battle here right to the end. But look at the great high jump. Go up strong. Nice and easy. What the defense can do is stand up straight. Wasn't enough to keep Sand away.
No, if you hadn't seen her play this year, I think you want to see her again next year. I mean, she's that good. So waiting for the ball to come her way, though, to shoot the free throw. There we go. Trying to cut the gap to 13. That has been completed. So now the ball will be bounded quickly. Here comes Greenway. And she will take up a little slower this time with the clock ticking down now near the 2.5-minute mark in this game. In the state championship game here at Williams Arena on the campus of the University of Minnesota, which will be hopping tonight. We got hockey going on. We got state championships going on. So busy. Love it. Love the activity. Greenway bouncing around on that court like she does with all that energy the freshman has. There's Millerburn.
Got to be careful with this because when they decide to score, they usually do.
And rebound hold counts. No. And rebound tied by Garrett. And then stolen, and here comes Grace counts. And she draws a foul. Yeah, the minute the other team gets a rebound against Providence Academy, they'll put a trap on them like, okay, we're not running back. We're going to try to get the ball right back. Game gets physical.
Yeah, look at that black and blue. I mean, that just tells you how tough Grace Counts is. Nothing's deterring her.
No, it's fun talking to her last night, too.
Yeah, what a great interview.
Yeah, sure. So that's her first miss from the free throw line. I have her down to 4 for 5. 4 out of 5. One more time for the Providence Academy senior. The only one on that starting lineup, by the way. And she got it. Boy, Providence Academy beat Becker when they were #1, beat Hopkins. I
love how these teams are
mixed up in the classes.
Yeah, mixing up the classes. You want to play the best of the best. I don't care what classes and how many A's are in front of your class. I want to see if we can beat you.
So now with a bid at 50. You know, what a job Aaron has done over there. I mean, you know, state championships, His team's always playing well. He's averaging 23 victories a year. This team in his 10 years. And he's just a good coach. That first half is about as well coached as I've seen.
Yeah, and it was exactly what he wanted to do. And talking to him before the game, the game plan worked to a T in the first half.
Second one will not go. Rebound. There is Grace Counts. This is Greenway. And she'll back it up. And there's a foul on Pelzer. And in the background, you see Connor Guest. So speaking of good coaches, he's done a great job with his Providence Academy lines. I like Connor's look today, too.
Yep.
He's got that casual look.
Nice and easy, feeling comfortable and calm.
No tie, no sport coat. There's a foul again in the backcourt. You got a lot to give.
Yep, lots to give.
Oh, boy, yeah. They've been staying out of foul trouble, but now they're...
It's been nice.
So the minute 39 to go. Got a bonus coming up next. Foul. Holt counts into Greenaway. Holthouse will pick her up in the backcourt. Coach Moyam continuing to shout instructions as his coach gets. These guys just never relax. Greenway trying to dribble down that clock. Down at a minute 24 now. Here comes Holthouse. Catley will come out her in the corner. Greenway down to the lane. She's got an avenue to take, and she goes up with a shot and is fouled. And gets up with a big smile on her face.
Flying in. The only thing I would like to see Greenway do a little differently next season is just protect that body a little bit more. She hits the floor, and I know why she hits the floor, because she comes in at 100 miles per hour, but she's going to want to protect that body, especially as everyone gets bigger, as she gets older.
One more time for Madden. And if you tuned in to see her play, she certainly doesn't disappoint, does she? She's fun to watch. She's got 29 in this game.
Look at her. Got 3 defenders trying to find her. There's the foul. If you can catch her. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, well, Connor will calm her down a little bit. Pelzer, there was pushing on both sides there. You saw that. And that was after the foul, and then there's that push.
There was a little push there.
But there was, as you saw, Pelzer got the foul and pushed her, and then the second push was well after the foul, and then the push back was obviously after the foul. So now they're going to discuss what they can do. A minute 1, and we can see that happen at the end of the game here. Could be a double fall potentially. Let's see.
See the first one. There's the push for the foul. He's trying to get a foul, and then there's the... They're going to do it.
We'll sort it out here. Talking to the coaches. We did see a double foul call last night. Coach Boyam is really upset. He doesn't like whatever they just told him. Technical.
Technical foul on number 30, Madden Greenway.
And that's the 5th foul on Savannah Roy. She had a good tournament, really good tournament.
22, uninspired activity for Albany.
So we'll sort this whole thing out for you, but you saw the T called on Greenway. And now they're going to bring, so she's going to, or the T was called on
Madden Greenway on the line.
So we'll get these are the one-on-one free throws, I believe, Leah. And then I believe the technical will get shot, I'm assuming, down at the end of Albany. So let's see. So she's going to get those. And now we'll go down, I believe, and shoot a technical on the other side for the Huskies. Let's see. 74-58. Okay. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So Alyssa Sand will go down and now shoot the technical. And she just continues to do what she's done all day.
Yep. has been outstanding.
Yeah,
Wow.
28 points.
Those numbers.
Minute 1 yet to go in the state championship game, and that shot is up, and that's going to be good for Sam. Just like an automatic. Goes up there. Now the ball will be awarded to Albany as well. It'll be inbounded by Eva Schwetzheier. And with a minute 1, they'll throw it in the backcourt to Kaylee Holthouse. Schwetzheier guarded by Counts. Looking in the middle, back to the top, just moving it around. 50 seconds now in this championship game, and that ball will be out of bounds. And it'll go back to Providence Academy in the lines.
Get the subs in.
Yep.
Nice round of applause from the fans here. Standing ovation from the Albany fans.
Natalie Blonigan will come back in. She plays a lot. It's Sophia Schiffler that comes in as well. And I'll go back over to the bench, talk things over. Larissa Gill is coming in, the sophomore. Samantha Van Heel will be back in the ball game. And we'll see what Connor Getz does with his squad over there. I think Tess Clymer's getting ready to come to the ball game. We'll see who else. Well, they're 46 seconds away from another title, but here you get these two teams that have been in the state championship, have won the state championship the last 2 years previous to this, and they gave us a show in the first half. That was so much fun.
Yeah, we got some great basketball out here today, and you know, Providence Academy is just showing us how good they are, and just what they're doing is really difficult, going back to back all year long. Everyone wants to beat them, and there's a lot that goes into these long seasons. This is a team that's come together too. If we remember back at the beginning when they first kind of started arriving on the scene, they didn't have that chemistry that you see right there on that bench.
So Tess Clymer will inbound the ball to Kira Miller, and Miller will take it up on the half-court stripe, guarded out there by Larissa Gill of Albany, and Kira to the hoop. The shot short, rebound hauled down by Providence Academy in the lane. The shot circles the rim for Shannon Healy. And going back out, Peterson back down to Healy in the corner, looking down along the lane. And that ball's knocked out of bounds by the Huskies. So it goes back to the lines of Providence Academy, inbounded by Ari Peterson, the 7th grader, by the way. Miller. Cross-handed dribble, nice move, then the spinner, and the shot is up, circles the rim again. The ball is in the hands of the Huskies, and a whistle stops play, and that ball is out of bounds, so that's going to go back to Albany. So the ball will be tossed in by Paige Lauer. Paige into Larissa Gill. Larissa will take it up against Miller. We've got 8 seconds to go. 7, 5. Clock ticking down. And that's it. Repeat. Back-to-back state champions. Providence Academy Lions in a 74-60 victory here at Williams Arena over the Albany Huskies.
What a balanced attack Providence brings. Inside, outside, speed, great players, role players, everyone doing what they have to do. Albany Huskies came in here and performed at a very high level. Gave us a great game.
Yeah, great show. We were, a lot of people I know tuning in to see this game. You heard a lot about Madden Greenway. She had a typical game for her. And then Alyssa Sand really showed, I think, the entire state how good she really is.
Simply outstanding. 29 points, 21 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks.
And you hate to single anybody out. There's so many good players out here. I mean, the level of athleticism was quite high, to say the least. And Prime Performance today is brought to you by Advanced First Aid. Get an AED now to save lives. Let's head down to Dave Giles and get the awards presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will present the Delta Dental and Wells Fargo All-Tournament team chosen by members of the Minnesota High School Girls Basketball Coaches Association. These students have distinguished themselves by their athletic excellence, leadership, team commitment, and exceptional sportsmanship. Presenting the awards on behalf of Delta Dental is Danielle Siebert, Associate Vice President of Digital Experience. And now the 2023 Class 2A Girls Basketball All-Tournament team from New London Spicer, Avery Rich. From Minnehaha Academy, Addie Mack. From Goodhue, Elizabeth Gadiant. From Goodhue, Kendall Lodermeyer. From Albany, Tatum Findley. From Albany, Alyssa Sand. From Albany, Kylan Garretts. From Providence Academy, Emma Millerburn. From Providence Academy, Grace Counts. And from Providence Academy, Madden Greenway. Please join Delta Dental and Wells Fargo in congratulating these outstanding student athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Class 2A Girls Basketball All-Tournament team. The Class 2A Consolation Championship game was played on Friday at Concordia University in St. Paul, with New London Spicer defeating Perham by a score of 65-38. The Class 2A Consolation Championship trophy was awarded to New London Spicer High School. The Class 2A third-place game was played earlier today at Concordia University, with Goodhue defeating Minnehaha Academy 79-68. The Class 2A fourth-place trophy was awarded to Minnehaha Academy. Bronze medals in the Class 2A third-place trophy were awarded to Goodhue High School. Congratulations to all of our Class 2A tournament teams. At this time, we'd like to present the second-place trophy and medals. These awards will be presented by members of the Minnesota State High School League Board of Directors. They are Don Engebretson of Rockford, Leroy Fairbanks of Cass Lake, and Brent Shimmick of Deer River. They will be assisted by Eric Martins, the Executive Director of the Minnesota State High School League, and Lisa Quedno, the Director of the State Girls Basketball Tournament. Silver medals and the Class 2A second-place trophy will be awarded to Albany High School. Please step forward as your name is called. Number 1, Alyssa Sand. Number 2, Savannah Pelzer. Number 4, Alexis Funk. Number 5, Callie Holthouse. Number 11, Samantha Van Heel. Number 13, Tatum Findley. Number 15, Hannah Wolf. Number 20, Sophia Schiffler. Number 22, Eva Schwensfire. Number 23, Larissa Gill. Number 24, Cameron Bauer. Number 25, Paige Lauer. Number 33, Kylan Garretts. Number 35, Ellery Erisman. Number 41, Paisley Ellingson. Number 43, Kayla Forster. Number 53, Samantha Zierden. Number 55, Natalie Blonigan. Student manager, Lauren Nett. Student manager Raven Pullens. Assistant coach Todd Kuhn. Assistant coach Corey Nellis. And the head coach of the Albany Huskies, Aaron Boya. And now will the captains of the Albany team please come forward to receive the Class 2A second place trophy. Congratulations to Albany High School, second place, Class 2A girls basketball for 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Minnesota State High School Class 2A girls basketball champion is Providence Academy. The gold medals will be presented to each team member. Please step forward as your name is called. Number 2, Tony Jackson. Number 3, Brooke Honecker. Number 4, Emma Millerburn. Number 5, Bridget Healy. Number 10, Annabelle Warner. Number 11, Shannon Healy. Number 14, Tess Clammer. Number 15, Amelia Madden. Number 20, Ari Peterson. Number 24, Hope Counts. Number 30, Madden Greenway. Number 31, Kira Miller. Number 32, Olivia Ryan. Number 33, Allie Herlovsky. Number 41, Grace Counts. Number 42, Rachel Bartles. Student manager, Alyssa Condon. Student manager, Kira Smeal. Assistant coach, Mark Forbish. Assistant coach, Danny Makepeace. The head coach of the Providence Academy Lions, Connor Getz. And now will the captains of Providence Academy, the 2023 Minnesota State High School Class 2A Championship Girls Basketball Team, please come forward to receive your championship trophy.
This is a team that split with Becker. So Becker, one of the best teams in the state. This is a team that beat Hopkins, one of the best teams in the state. They beat Hill Murray, they beat Perham, they beat Minnehaha Academy, they beat Roseville, Goodhue, Mountain Iron Buell. I mean, they play everybody, and they really established themselves as a legitimate #1 team. And they came in here, and I thought Albany in the first half played so well, and the strategy was so great. But Providence is just so loaded in that second half. They came out just smoking. And those Huskies, you and I both so impressed the way they came out.
I really appreciated the way that they played in this tournament. Just showed us what it is to be great athletes, they were well coached, great sports, great fans. Just an incredible performance. But Alyssa Sand, I mean, really stood out. What a incredible basketball player, and she did a little bit of everything for her team. And it'll be fun to watch her again, just a junior.
And there's a good look at Providence Academy and the Lions and the incredible season that they had here today.
Such a well-rounded team.
And I don't know what they expected out of Albany because they hadn't seen them, I don't think, this year. And Albany comes down and just shows everybody that they belong without question. And we knew that, too.
Right.
We knew that with Coach Boyum. We knew his teams have won states. They're always going to be, it seems like, a 20-win-plus seasons for him. So, and
does a tremendous job.
Connor Getz running over to the coach of Providence Academy to talk to the players. That's kind of a cool move, too. He's walking over there just to say congratulations and talk to them a little bit. I love seeing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well. The Providence fans are holding on here. They're not going anywhere.
Well, they're not going anywhere for a while because team pictures are quite lengthy. You know, sit down, no, get down here, go to this person. Somebody wants to roam away and for a few minutes, but they're all going to patiently wait. State championships have a tendency to make you not worry about anything.
I'm not going to rush to the parking lot for any reason.
Yeah. Plus, it's 10 above, so I'm just fine sitting here. I get a kick out of Coach Forbush. He's got this popcorn rating scale. He lets the girls know which facility has the best popcorn. He does it at every place they go. So I don't know who won his ratings this year, but I'm anxious to find out. In the meantime, what a game, what a finish in this one. And 74-60 final, Providence Academy Lions. First of all, Madden Greenway, Dave and Leah here. Congratulations on another state championship.
Thank you so much.
Really anxious to know what Connor and your staff had planned for this Albany team, because Madden, that first half was so much fun for us as fans to watch. But can you tell me the mindset going into the first half and what you saw from this Albany team?
I mean, of course, they're a great team, so we wanted to, kind of control their rebounds, and they came out, hit more shots than us, just kind of got going earlier. But we just knew coming out of the second half, we're a second-half team, and we had to come out, and we got defense led into offense, and, they got that lead and, never give it back. So
one of the things that was fun to watch is the way you play the game, the speed that you bring to it, but also just joy. It looks like you really love playing the game. Is it the assists, the steals, the rebounds, getting the big shots? What part of it do you just love?
I mean, I would say every part, but just playing with these girls, it's so fun. Like me and Grace have played together for 3 years now, and she's leaving, so to get one more game in with her, it was really special. So everything about this team, and the points is fun, but just being able to play with this team. And it's just we enjoy being around each other. So
yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that, about Grace leaving as senior. What has it been like for you just to kind of learn from her? And you have an amazing team, but Grace has kind of been the leader who kind of holds it all together. Your coach said that she's kind of the mama bear of the team.
I would just say, she's, leading everything on and off the court. She can kind of keep us steady. Me and Hope can kind of get going sometimes, so she can kind of bring us back to, just what we want, how we want to play, and, what we want to do. So she's just, we're best friends off the court, too. I call her my big sister, but really we do, everything together. So I'm going to miss her a lot, but enjoying this, hopefully we can party tonight about this. And, I'm just going to celebrate her, in college basketball. So I'm really excited to see where she goes because it's all paid off. So
you're going to sit around and do nothing tomorrow? You take a little time off?
Yes, in Mexico.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, wait. Madden, great season, a great game today. Congratulations on the championship. I appreciate you joining us here on 45
thank you guys
TV.
so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
State champions again, back-to-back for Providence Academy Lions. And it was a fun game to watch. And there's the celebration at the end. We've got 2 more to go now, don't forget. Plus, we've got Chris and Marissa coming up next year to analyze everything for you and set you up for the evening sessions on 45 TV.
Congratulations to Providence Academy, the 3rd state title in program history 2012. Now back-to-back in 2022 and 2023. This, of course, their 4th straight appearance in the state championship game. Well, I shouldn't say appearance. 2020, they qualified for the championship game. We didn't have it. They lost to Albany in the 2021 title game, and now they've won in 22 and 23. Chris Long back here with you, along with Marissa Kate. At halftime, you're going, all right, Albany's up 1. The way the second half played out is maybe what you expected in the first half. A lot of credit to Albany. They kept it close the whole way through, but Providence Academy showed why they are the best team in Class AA in that second half.
Something about Providence Academy that makes them so difficult to beat is they're so well-rounded and well-balanced. Even if Madden Greenway isn't the one defending you, stealing the ball, and scoring, they've got Grace and Hope Counts. They've got 8th grader Emma Millibrand. They are just well-rounded and so tough to beat when you've got 5 players on the floor that can beat you and score at any time.
And they're well coached. Connor Getz. It's not easy to have a team. It may sound crazy to say it, but you'll know what I mean. It's not easy to have a team with that much depth and make it all work, especially to coach high school kids. To play that tempo of basketball is not easy.
It's not easy, but I think someone named Madden Greenway probably makes it a little bit easier. She's such a catalyst for their offense and their defense. She makes them go.
I want to talk about Alyssa Sand from Albany. You mentioned her as sort of a pivotal player for Albany at the beginning and at halftime, and she could not have done much more.
She did everything she could. She tried to will her team to win that game. You know, I think it takes 2 or 3 people stepping up in a game like that to beat a team like Providence Academy, and she just didn't get the support from her teammates tonight.
Her line, 29 points and 21 rebounds. Providence Academy, they just dropped the hammer right out of the gate at the start of the second half. They came out, were down 1, went on an 8-0 run right away, and you're just seeing Grace Counts and Madden Greenway just synced up on both ends of the floor.
You could tell that Coach Connor Getz told them to increase their intensity on defense and their focus on rebounding at halftime, because that's exactly what they did in the first 60 seconds of the second half.
The sister bomb there. Hope Counts to Grace Counts for the bucket. What presence am I? Grace Counts, just basketball IQ off the charts.
She's got incredible basketball IQ. I'm so sad that she's graduating because I have really loved watching her style of play.
And then once they got rolling, it became Madden Greenway's game to sort of take over. Every time she got that ball at the defensive three-point line, she was a threat to do exactly that.
I think you'll understand what I mean when I say this, but Madden Greenway is actually quicker with the basketball than without the basketball, which is crazy to say out loud.
Yeah, she ended up 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, even 5 steals. There's one of them right there. And then I'm just right here. Spun that ball off the glass. That takes hours of practice and games to do.
She's a great player, and we are lucky enough to have 3 more years to watch her play.
Grace Counts had 17 points, 16 rebounds as well for the victorious Lions. The tournament stats brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, freshly made and constantly craved. Marissa, before I toss it to you, Providence Academy averaged 42 points in second halves in the state tournament. That is a closing kick that will win you a championship.
So Greenway was right when she said in her interview that they're a second half team. Mm-hmm. The good high school teams score fast break points and points off of turnovers, and that's what Providence Academy did tonight.
31-4 on those fast break points. We will preview what's left tonight, the 3A and 4A title games coming up next.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by South Dakota State University. Tomorrow is built better with you and SDSU.
Mountain Iron Buell, Providence Academy, champions already for the 2022-23 girls basketball season. 2 more left. Tonight we'll have 3A, Benilde St. Margaret's and Stewartville, 4A, Hopkins and St. Michael. Albertville, seen some terrific players already. Olivia Olson, junior for Benilde St. Margaret's. Stewartville, this is their first state tourney appearance. They're making the most of it by making it to the final. And then St. Michael Albertville, senior Tessa Johnson, Miss Basketball finalist against Hopkins, appearing in their 13th time they've qualified for the final. They're 8-4 in state championship games. Didn't play it in 2020. They're looking for what would be a 9th state championship. What are you looking forward to tonight?
I'm excited to see Stewartville. They're the 4 seed. They come into the tournament with no pressure on them. They can just play and have fun, enjoy the experience. They come with a ton of energy. Watch their bench. Their bench is hysterical to watch during the game.
And St. Michael Albertville, more than capable. Hopkins the favorite, but the Knights certainly more than capable of pulling an upset.
The Knights have Tessa Johnson, who is one of the best players in the state. She's headed to South Carolina next year. I think she has to have the greatest game of her high school career in order for them to beat a very tough, complete Hopkins squad.
And what better place to do it than in a state championship game right here at Williams Arena against a team that is the reigning girls basketball dynasty in the state of Minnesota. So once again, congratulations to Mountain Iron Buell, the first state title for them. Providence Academy, they go back-to-back. I always say it's tough to win one, but it's even tougher to win a second. The this Lions team has done it. They beat Albany 74-60 in the AA championship game. We're going to take a little bit of a break, couple hours off. It's going to seem like a long time if you're a fan of Benilde St. Margaret's or Stewartville, but we'll be here shortly, back at 6 o'clock with the night session. We'll have the 3A and 4A title games for you. Appreciate the hard work for all the players on all the teams. Great job by Providence Academy. They're taking the trophy home. We can hear the cheering down the hall as they're getting ready to get on the bus to head back out of town. A great win for the Lions over the Huskies for the AA state championship.